Despite some early success against the Seattle Storm and coming off one victory against them, the Chicago Sky just did not have enough in the second half of this game and ended up losing this game 71-84 against the Seattle Storm. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun as only we can do and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Unfortunately, the Chicago Sky just did not have enough down the stretch of this game to end up winning the game against the Seattle Storm. It's unfortunate, and we missed a lot of Camila Cardoso down the stretch of this game. It'll be interesting to see in the post-game press conference if we find out, or even in the coming days, if we find out that maybe there's some type of injury or something that happened with Camila Cardoso, because she was such an important part of the defensive anchor for the Chicago Sky in today's game, altering a lot of shots. She had 4 blocks, 6 points, 8 rebounds. She was just a really big part of the Sky's defense, getting her hands out and, like I said, altering a lot of shots. 4 blocks, but there's probably 10 to 12 shots she altered and stopped from getting easy looks at the rim. And Camila Cardoso missing almost the entire fourth quarter. I think it may have been the entire fourth quarter in this game. Angel Reese plays all 40 minutes in this game. If this is the place that we're at, we got something to look at. Now, she does break the record, 17 points, 14 rebounds in this game, 4 steals, 1 block, only 2 turnovers. She goes 8 of 15, from the field as well. She did take 2 3-pointers, didn't hit either one of them. Marina Mabry had a solid game in the first half. Second half, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists from her, 1 block. Kennedy Carter going 7 of 22 for 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and a block as well. And Lindsey Allen with 2 points and 6 assists to round out that starting lineup. Isabel Harrison had one of her better games in the season as well. 20 minutes played, a lot of that coming because Camila did not play. 2 blocks and 11 points. She's the only player to score off the bench. The only player. Diamond DeShields and Dana Evans each had 14 minutes in this game, didn't score a single point. And Brianna Turner checked in towards the end of the game, doesn't really register anything, but you can't get Tony Snell stat lines from Diamond DeShields and Dana Evans. It's unacceptable. It's really unacceptable when it comes down to it, man. But the Sky in this game, they put allowed the Seattle Storm to get to the free throw line way too many times in this game. 24 free throws for the Seattle Storm in this game. They go 20 of 24 for 83%. Only 6 3-pointers from them. We hit 3. That wasn't enough of a discrepancy for me to really blame 3-point shooting in this one. But then you look at the double-doubles both from Nneka and from Magbor. I always mispronounce. I murder her name. Double-doubles from them as well. Jewel Lloyd with 20 points. She plays an amazing second half in this game, getting to the free throw line a lot as well. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. And it's just unfortunate the Sky lost this game. But we said it in the pregame show. The Seattle Storm are a team that does adjust, and they adjust well. And they adjusted a lot to what the Chicago Sky were trying to do in this game. It's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is, man. Yeah, we got some things we definitely need to work on. Let's hope that we can get that together. Like I said, one thing that I'm looking for from the Chicago Sky team is how they really use this extended break, this month-long break that's coming up in 10 days here, and how do they use that to really work out some of the kinks in their offense. We got a super chat here from Brendan L. Jet says, my top 3 questions. Why was Cardoso benched in the fourth? Why is Dana Evans playing when she's a liability on both ends? And why does Teaspoon not recognize an opponent's momentum and try to curtail it? Well, she did in the first half. Actually, we gained the momentum back in the first half. She recognized it then. Second half, I just think she didn't have many options. Like, I get it to call the timeout, but and she should have. Let me be clear. She should have called the timeout regardless. But when we're already only using 3 women off the bench, we're only going 3 deep in the bench. That it's kind of tough to stop things. As far as Cardoso benched in the fourth, I gotta think it gotta be something. She either tweaked something, and they didn't want to risk it. I would hope, because otherwise it makes no sense for her to not be in this game in that fourth quarter when she was so important to the Chicago Sky's defense. So important to it. And Dana Evans. Listen, Dana Evans, we've already shrunk the bench up to just using 3. We're only going 8 deep in a roster. I mean, as long as you're only going 8 deep, man, Dana Evans is going to have to work through it. Like, I get it. Maybe you could have put Michaela Oniwerde out there to try to do something different, get some different looks. She hasn't played overly good this season either. So Um, yeah, I'm guessing if I had to guess, Teaspoon just was hoping Dana Evans was going to shoot her way out of it, and it just never came, unfortunately. Cachet says this game knocked us out. Fever doesn't play again until we play. We're going back to Atlanta. I mean, listen, the fact that we're halfway through this season, we got more than a half. If you got to keep in mind, last season the Chicago Sky didn't clinch their playoff spot until the second to last game. So I'm not like the standings do matter. I don't want to act like they don't matter, but there's still more than enough time to fix some things. So I'm not too worried about that. Teaspoon got some explaining to do. Yeah, definitely. Matter of fact, if you guys can let me know, you know what? I'll just pull it up. We may watch the press conference together. Let me go to the Chicago Skies YouTube page, and once that press conference comes up, we may watch that together because I'm really interested as well to find out why Camilla was out in that fourth quarter. Because and we may not even find it out then. I want to be clear that we may not find it out. I'm hoping that we will. But there's a possibility we may not even find out then why she was out the game. But we'll wait and see if they get the press conference up. Yeah, I got it here. So we'll see if they do a press conference. So what happened to Cardoso? That's a great question, little Bulls fan, and I hope that we find that out. The tempo of the game proved Chicago need to play more up tempo, man. Well, yeah, I mean we're better when we play up tempo, but the problem is that it's how you get up tempo. One thing you don't want to do, it's not good when you just run to run. Meaning, if the other team scores and you inbound the ball and you immediately take off running, that's pointless because the other team has already got a chance to set up their defense. You want to run when you get block shots, when you get steals, when you get defensive rebounds. That's when you want to play that type of style. And because the rebounding battle was so close, we only out rebounded them by 2, and we got 11 offensive rebounds. We didn't really have a lot of time to play faster in this game in the second half, so we got to get that together. At this point, I'm tired of waiting for Dana, Marina, or Diamond to show up. I get it. I can completely understand that, but you can't. They're not going to completely rehaul the roster. So I get what you're saying in that. Definitely get what you're saying, but kind of is what it is. Sky don't have a productive bench, and you can't expect Angel and Kennedy to carry every game. 100% facts. No notes on that one. No notes. Coach Boone don't know who her offensive stars are. Why don't she continue to feed her best offensive players? Well, we don't have any offensive stars. That's the thing. We have players that like Kennedy Carter can score, but like even her, like she's not at the point right now in her development where she's that player that every single game she's going to score 30 to get you out of it. There's going to absolutely be games where she's going to go on that run where she scores 8 points in like 3-4 minutes or something like that, and it's going to help change the momentum. But we don't have yet an offensive star. Now Angel could turn into that, Kennedy could develop and turn into that, could continue to develop and turn into that, but we don't really have that yet. We don't really have that yet. So gotta see who's going to continue to go. Timeout should have been called when they were down by 3. Yes, definitely agree with you on that one. 100%. That was Paul Zipser's stat line. Hey, we gotta stop. We gotta stop disrespecting Paul. No, I'm just playing. But all Paul Zipser slander is definitely earned. Man, where was the energy? Where was the effort? It just wasn't there. Even when they were winning, it was off no energy and barely any effort. I feel where you're coming from, Angelica. And a big part of that too, I think, is Angel playing all 40 minutes. Like usually Angel is able to be the energy down the stretch. And I know it. She's gonna come and she's gonna say, hey, I play me 40 minutes. And she's a warrior. She should have that view. But at some point, you got to have somebody else who can step up and help change the momentum. And we just didn't get that tonight. We didn't get that. We need to sign some other players during the break if we are trying to make the playoffs. No, because again, this is a rebuilding effort for this team. And they want to do it by the nature to continue to evaluate. We still need to fill. We have an open roster spot we need to fill regardless. But it's only going to be one player. You're not going to completely overhaul the roster. Our point guards refuse to shoot. Well, we don't have good 3-point shooting point guards too. Like that's also a thing. Like we can say the shooter, but it's not going to really help. Angel played all 40 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy. All 40 minutes. All 40 minutes. Let's see. I don't know if the press conference is up yet. Let's see. And usually I don't play the press conference. It is live. Well, it's about to be. We do have it. Hold on. We're going to go over to the press conference. Y'all give me 1 second. Let's see what they got to say.
On the road, just being able to know a long stretch of games, and I'm still proud of our team. I think we fought hard, and I know that this team in that locker room, I mean, we wanted it more than anything. And I know that I believe in my sisters through whatever, and I'm just going to take them.
We have time for a couple on Zoom. We'll go to Carly. Can you unmute, please?
Hey ladies, this first one's for Angel. Not only did you break the WNBA record, you also moved up and tied with Cindy Brown for 5th most all-time double-doubles in a season, and you surpassed Chine and Lisa Leslie today, picking up your 14th double-double. To just have your name amongst some legends in the league as a rookie, what does that mean to you? And is that something that, I know you always say, you know, the wins are important, but is that something like hearing your names amongst Hall of Famers and GOATs like that? What does that mean to you?
Well, first, happy birthday, Lisa. I love you first, but I think it's great for me being able to know where I'm at right now, and obviously I'm not satisfied where I'm at. I have coaches and teammates around me that believe in me and trust me, and I just continue to just trust the process of everything. I'm grateful. I'm blessed and lucky to be named with these amazing players, and I know they've always been super nice to me. They've always been helpful and inspiring to me, and I've watched them all my life, and finally to be here in this moment and kind of break their records and being able to be up there with them is really cool. So I've always given my flowers to them before me because they laid the ground for me.
And then Marina, question just on the game with your production. Your offensive production has just started to find a lot more consistency these last during this road stretch. Is there been something that you've been working on, or has it just been more finding your flow and rhythm within the offensive identity?
I don't really think I found a flow, but it really not about that. Like we went 2-1 on the road. That's good for us. We beat Seattle. We wanted to win tonight, but okay, we didn't. But to get that Atlanta, Seattle, and then come back when we got Atlanta. So just being positive about the whole road stretch altogether. And I'm going to find my stuff eventually. Like I'm not too worried about it, but I'm happy that we got the 2 wins.
Thank you.
We'll go to Alexa.
Hi there. Marina, I had a question for you. Just being able to watch Angel over the course of this season put together a run like she has with the double-doubles, what's impressed you the most about what she's been able to do and the history she's been able to make?
I mean, it's a joy to watch. Like she's so consistent. She comes in every day and battles and fights, and she's super physical for a rookie, which is really hard to do. That's usually one of the biggest transitions. And she kind of just jumped in there and got dirty, did all the dirty work, and now it's all paying off for her. So, and this is just the beginning. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
All right, thanks, Alexa. Lastly, we'll go to Jordan on Zoom. Lastly, Jordan.
Hey, ladies. So my question is for Angel. I know you would prefer the win, but of course you said the most consecutive double-doubles being surpassing Candace Parker. So you mentioned before that you've always modeled your game after her. So I guess just talk about what's it like being in the same conversation for the legends.
I'm sorry, the last part cut off because
That's an uncomfortable topic.
Excuse me?
Can some?
I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Can you repeat your question, Jordan? We have some
I never
background
had any
noise.
interest in being intimate with anyone.
What is going on?
Someone
I
now.
told you they're being weird on that.
Yeah,
Now what?
somebody's microphone is
But it's
on.
not like- it's just somebody-
Hey, see,
Somebody screenshot that. The way they're looking at the screen is hilarious right now. Matter of fact, I'm about to
Question
be-
again.
Damn it, I missed that.
sorry,
Angel,
Jordan.
So Angel, I know you would have preferred the win, but of course you surpassed Candace Parker for the most consecutive double-doubles. As someone who you've modeled your game after, just talk about the importance of being in the same conversation as an all-time great like her.
Yeah, like I said, she's amazing. She's a big guard, and being able to add some of her tools to my bag and being able to be consistent. One thing I've always looked at her as a champion. Being able to be in Chicago and rep the city, and being able to come in here. Her mom loves me. Being supported by her mom too. So my big thing is to continue to be named with her. I want to win, and being able to come out and come to Chicago and rep for her city and bring a championship home is going to be what's important for me and what I look forward to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, players.
Wait, one more. You got it on a putback. Any extra pride in that? Just, you know.
Oh, I didn't even know when I got it. Yeah, cool.
Such an angel thing to do.
Just a
Thanks,
Congrats.
thanks, players.
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
job, ladies.
Hey, everyone on Zoom, can you just make sure you're muted, please? Unless we call on you.
Dude had a whole intimate conversation. Like that was wild, bro.
What did you notice is the biggest difference?
That's crazy. We're gonna go ahead and mute the press conference. If she does start talking about Camila Cardoso, let us know. We'll go ahead and start playing that again. But that was crazy.
You know, take a look at the free throw attempts.
She's talking about free throw attempts. How you feel about the game, Stevo, brother?
I had no problems with the first half. I mean, of course, the first half was the first half. There was some things I like how we fixed up things. That third quarter was bullshit. Pure bullshit.
Your sound's coming through your camera again, not your mic.
Why the fuck do we keep doing that? Hold on.
All right. So the third quarter was bullshit. I'm sitting here watching this game. I'm sitting here. I'm already paying attention to fouls. We had the same amount of fouls going into the fourth quarter, if not one. They had maybe an extra one. Soon as we get to the third quarter, Mabry comes out, Camilla goes out. Obviously, they're going to attack the basket, but they called 6 fucking fouls within 2 minutes, and maybe one of them was an actual foul. Kennedy is getting clobbered. Majority of the time she goes in the plane, no call. Over the backs, no call. Rich ends, no call. We get a little physical, foul. Completely wrecked our momentum. Now, yes, we've been through situations where calls have not been favorable. It's nothing new to us. We got to be able to fight and get out of ruts. It took us almost to the 3-minute mark in the third quarter. We only scored 5 points, and we ended that quarter with 3 extra points, which was a total of like 8. The third quarter is why we lost this game, and you definitely didn't do enough in the fourth. So, like, you got to clean up on some things, but goddamn, 12 free throws to their 24, that shit crazy.
Yeah, it is unfortunate the situation as far as the foul and the free throws and the discrepancy there. But also it seemed like it really seemed like the Sky were gassed tonight as well down the stretch to me. It really did. Like, yeah, and that's something you don't want to see. Now, luckily, we're coming up. We got I think 3 games left before the long break, but they did seem gassed, and that was because we're usually such a high energy team. And our energy usually gets us back in games, and it just didn't seem like we had that energy down the stretch of this game at all.
Yeah, like I said, like I'm not the ones to blow on the ref because the refs, at the end of the day, you gotta outsmart everything when you see stuff like that happen. So you got to be a team. You got to play team game. We play way better games. We play way better quarters, but there was definitely something to them being gassed. Angel was huffing and puffing. I understand Izzy was caught fire. She had a solid game, but like I said, if I'm not hearing that Camilla got hurt, I got an issue with not her.
Yeah, somebody just said that Spoon said Camilla is fine and that Izzy was just doing well. I mean, Izzy was doing well, but not defensively like Camilla. That's frustrating. I got to verify if that was actually said, but that's frustrating. That's really frustrating.
I just heard
look,
it.
Samuel verifies
I
it
just
too.
heard it. I just heard
it.
Coach, I thought we was getting. I thought we was learning, Coach.
Wait. Here's my thing. Even if let's say it was because Izzy was playing well, I don't want to take that away. Angel Reese played 40 fucking minutes. Why not let Angel get a breather for 5 minutes? Play Izzy, play Camilla, who Camilla's.
And let's not forget, Haize, Angel, when we did when we did the when she caught, they got the little foul on Jewel Lloyd. We reviewed it. That was almost her 5th foul. So she was already at 4. I'm thinking after this, we definitely about to sit her ass. No, she marched her little ass right back out there. As a coach, that's your fault. That's unexcusable. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Yeah, there was times, she was on fire. But there was times, especially down in the 4th, when we definitely could have changed this game around. And you didn't notice that we couldn't stop nobody at the hole? Camilla was doing that. That's why she's sitting there sitting with her fucking legs crossed over on the goddamn bench, pissed off. Because you have to know when and where. And with you being a fucking historic point guard, you have to know that. You should know just because somebody on fire, especially not a star. She wasn't on fire to the point that you need to keep her in the game for the rest of the fourth. Y'all acting like she gave us 15 points in the fourth. That's when you keep somebody in. She gave us solid points that we needed. But the whole fourth quarter, fuck that.
That's just disappointing on so many different levels. And it's disappointing because on the level that, yes, it affected our defense hugely not having Camilla out there because of the way she was altering shots. But also, what does that do for the confidence? Like, Camilla Cardoso played a really good game today. A really good game today. And for you to reward that by saying sit the whole entire fourth while you got a competitor there who's watching her team struggle and bleed in the fourth quarter, nothing in that fourth quarter said, let this woman get a couple of minutes to see how. Nothing said that.
But
that's
you got
crazy.
You got such a soft heart for Damon and Diamond because when they fucking up, they stay in the game. Stop doing that shit, coach. Stop.
That's crazy.
Get out the way.
You played Angel all 40 minutes to then bench your other rookie because Isabel Harrison was hot.
That's your third pick.
And here's the thing. And like I said, Isabel Harrison did score 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. But if Hot is going 4 for 10,
thank you. Y'all act like she was Jewel Lloyd in the second half. She wasn't. Jewel Lloyd scored 15 in the second. That's who you keep going. That's somebody that's hot. Izzy did her job. That's what that was. But Dana out here and Diamond out here, Casper the Friendly Ghost, gave you 14 minutes apiece, ain't give you nothing. But you gonna sit your third pick who altered all those shots? Fuck, bro.
That's just laugh. I'm sorry. I've never said, you can go back in the tapes and look. I have never said this, but that's just bad coaching from Teresa Weatherspoon. That's just bad coaching. That's not good at all. What are we doing, man?
I'm tired of you. I'm sorry. Like at this, I don't want to point this off, but you're showing soft spots for certain players. I ain't liking that shit.
It's not even, it's positions. It's like, I get it that you are a former point guard. I get it. Like, but you got to stop having this soft spot for point guards. Like, come on, man.
Fuck that. For real talk. Fuck that. Fuck that. I understand. I love Dana. Me and Haize love Dana. But if she's not getting the job done, sit her ass down. It's that simple. Try again next game. But you're gonna try again next game with somebody we already know for our whole career, a confidence been a big thing latched to her. And this was a game she could have learned from. No, you're gonna let her sit her ass down for the sake of Izzy to give us 4 for 10. Thank you for doing your job, but goddamn it, that's not enough to stay in the game.
And then while the Sky were giving the hole up like Jada fired, nothing but straight to the hole. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like,
I'm hot. I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time I'm hot. I'm hot. If that's your explanation, okay, whatever, dog. What the fuck ever.
I'm frustrated now. It's time for me to sit down. Anything else you got left, Steve? It's time. I need a minute. Anything you got left, bro? Before we get
I'm done.
Here?
I'm done.
Yeah, that's frustrating. I'm sorry. That's just frustrating. That's just frustrating, man. That is where you need to have, and this is why it's important that you have some veteran coaches when you're a rookie coach on your bench, because a veteran coach would have tapped Teresa Weatherspoon on the shoulder and been like, hey, probably should get Camilla in there a little bit. Stevo's dealing with family shit. All right, we go ahead and wrap it up, man. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. Chicago Sky Central. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I got it. We got super chats that we got to get to before we leave. Do you think free agent is going to be good to the Sky? It depends on who it is and what they bring. We need shooting. If we get some shooting, it can definitely help the Sky a whole hell of a lot.
Most definitely. Yeah.
And then King
Gotta
Steph
scout.
says every time they needed a score, Angel gave it to them, and they stopped going to her. Come on, y'all typing too fast. Stop going to her. I mean, listen, I think that Angel was just gassed. Like, this is 40 minutes, and not just 40 minutes where it's like she's physically dominant. Like, you're playing against some physical, strong bigs out there, and NECA's trying to give you some work. And you saw how much more NECA was, how much more effective she was against Angel as the game went on. Because when it first started, Angel was right there with her physically, but it started wearing down, and you could tell that in that 40 minutes, it caught up with Angel Reese. I believe this is the first time she's played that much in her career so far.
Yeah, and that's what happens when Aneka got a sidekick for a center that plays next to her. You know, coach, you can look at that. You know, usually when they're on the same court, you know, Camilla and good shit happens. You know, but I don't know. Maybe you forgot that for a game. I don't know.
That's a fact. But all right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You can follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And we'll see you guys the next time we go to Skytown, y'all. Peace. Stevo's stressed. I'm stressed and pissed off. I love you.